Hello, 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 everyone.
We back.
Back up in this bad boy. What it is, what a bee's like. Welcome back to the podcast. Of course, I'm Chella. It's that boy Vanilla over yonder. And today we are going over Rising the Shield Hero Season 2.
Hell yeah. We did season one of our first few episodes, so
It was only
search it on
right.
YouTube if you want to find it. We're live every Wednesday, obviously. 7:30 Central Time, US, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Twitch.tv/ChilledVanilla5. We got our social medias. They flicker down here at the bottom. The Twit, the Gram, and of course Twitch. So check us out. We usually post what we're covering every episode the day before and remind you what time in case you forget
Indeed. Because we
because
all
we're
live
that
busy
nice.
lives and whatnot. And we know that at 7:30 on Wednesday, you have nothing else to do but sit and listen to our soothing voices.
Well,
Well,
think for yourself.
all right, so standard issue. We're going to go over a quick synopsis of the show in case, for whatever reason, you skip season one. We are following the Shield Hero, aka Naofumi Iwatani, uh,
No for
brought
me.
to the world of Meromark by standard Isekai protocol. Well, one of the standard Isekai protocols. He didn't get Truck Cooned, he got Book Cooned, I guess you could say. Yeah, a
Dude, it's
little
been so
bit.
long I don't even remember how he got cooned in.
Yeah, he found his book was resonating into him. He was sitting there and he opened it and it was like, "Ah!" And he got sucked into the book.
That's right. Dude, it's
Yeah,
been a long, long time.
it's
I'm
been a
gonna be honest,
while.
when I started watching this, it took me a hot minute to remember what the hell was going on.
I had to watch a recap because I
Yeah, I
completely
really yeah,
forgot like half the shit that went on in season one. There was a
forgot all
lot
the
of character
characters.
building and stuff in season one. So when you get to season two, it's like, what has happened in the span of God knows how long since everything's been like Gucci after season one. Um, I say Gucci, like it literally ended season one with the other kingdom invading, trying to kill Naofumi and Kin. So that wasn't the greatest of scenarios. But yeah, season two.
Cliffhanger I forgot about.
Yeah, exactly. There's season two. Yeah, because it seems like it could technically be a standalone. Like they kind of handled some of the stuff through flashbacks. Anyways, um, going into my favorite portion, as always, this is animation.
Yes.
Yes, I'll go first this time. So, animation. Quality.
I fucking guess.
Oh, yeah. Animation this time around was okay. It was good. There were some points where you could tell that they did not have as large of a budget as they did with season one. Um, I don't know if they purposely only made this one cur, aka 12 episodes, 13 episodes, whatever, as opposed to the full 26 like season one, but it's fine. It's okay. We still love it.
Made
Um,
my life easier watching it.
1000%.
I don't know if I'd have made it through 26 episodes in
26
time.
episodes.
Like Nichijou.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that was a slog, but not a bad one. If you'd like to hear our thoughts, you can check out the other episode of our podcast
Last week.
last week.
Yeah, everything's on YouTube. So just search Chill Vanilla. It's not that hard.
It's not. We're the first thing that pops up typically if you type in Chilla Vanilla Podcast because unique name provides instant SEO. Anyways, back on topic. Let's get back to the animation. I enjoyed the animation quality this time around. A lot of the a lot of like spells and stuff and powers and stuff look a little bit better this time around in some instances than they did in season one. I do enjoy the change in the costumes. I like how those like still match the original color schemes for the characters for the most part, but were more, I guess, like Japanese style because of the fact that the other world that they ended up going to was like very like Japanese inspired, like old world Japanese inspired. So that was pretty cool. Now for me being kind of like an overpowered dick was a little irritating at times. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but he was
And
kind of like that in season 1 sometimes too,
well, for
but
good reason. But this is so far,
justifiably.
yeah, like this is so far past all that shit he went through. Like it was, you could tell though it was well animated to where it was like passive, just like I don't like this individual, or I for real hate this person, or I'm just gonna ignore you because I don't like the sound of your voice. That kind of shit. You could see that. You could see his expressions. As far as that was concerned. Of course, the standard issue like bug eyes for Risha with the hey, I'm constantly nervous and that kind of shit. The standard issue anime. That was animated well, of course. I always loved the
Animated well,
color.
but got freaking annoying.
Really annoying. The color palette in the show has always been one of my favorites since season 1. It's very vibrant but also dark, if that makes sense. Like it pops, like the colors pop against like the really shitty gritty version or points in the world that they get to, and I like that contrast of like clearly they're the focal point on the screen, but not to the point of like it's overpowering. Like there can be supporting characters, side characters, the shopkeep, stuff like that are like they're just as pop. They pop just as well, but not as much because he's wearing, of course, tan and grays and stuff like that. But those are still vibrant in contrast to the surroundings of him, and this is cool like that. I notice little shit like that. Talk about that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah. Now I'm gonna have to follow up the professional anime consumer. I like the colors. No, it was good animation. It was a nice change from going from obviously from Nichijou, which is just casual kind of
Yeah, super
level of
casual
animation,
anime.
to a good high quality show. It was good. It was a nice change. Obviously, it's been a little bit since I've watched like a more action kind of anime, because I've been
Yeah.
watching a lot of slice of life bullshit recently. But no, I liked the like you said, I liked the change of outfits. That was cool throughout the show.
Yeah.
Mostly animation. I mean, you pretty much covered it all. It's good animation. They did a good job. They make a lot of money, or they use a lot of money. So
Feels the
yeah, that
pockets.
it is good. It is good.
Very good. Yeah, the animation quality, like I said, in some instances kind of suffers. Whereas like chase scenes and things of that nature used to be really fluid. They're a little more blocky this time around. It's like you can tell that they're kind of like using the same animation, but like the
So you're paying
face of
you're paying too much attention,
of
because
course I am. That's what I do.
I didn't catch any of that.
I'm here to critique. I'm here to fine tooth comb this shit, baby. Roll.
What an ass.
Yeah, a little bit. Because obviously I can definitely draw better than actually. This angle here, no, I can't. To save my life.
The proportions were off on this thing.
By 0.25 percent. Yeah, I can't do it. But I will say that I am appreciative of their consistency with certain things. So, a prime example would be even though Philo ends up becoming like what is the humming fairy or whatever.
Oh, the little humming pigeon thing
Yeah,
or whatever.
even though she's still, you can tell that it's her. Even whenever it's like it's first seen, like it's not like, oh no, this is a completely different character. Like obviously the color palette is the same, but still, like for the rest of the characters to go, oh, how did you know it was her? That was pretty cool. That, like I said, that kept that consistent. The Speaking of changing on characters due to other circumstance or just progression of story, there are some really interesting character development changes, I guess. Prime example being like Glass. Yeah. Go ahead. Explain your
Oh, the
your
hair, the
love of
hair.
Glass.
Yes, yes, yes. That's it. No, that's just the hair. The hair made it for me.
The hair made it for you.
Black hair, pigtailed up.
With
Yes,
the
sir.
with the like
Yes, sir.
with the constant look of I will murder you.
Yes. Yes, please.
Dummy mummy.
Hey, we've talked about a couple of those on this before. There is nothing wrong with that.
At some point we will watch Cautious Hero. Write that
Oh,
down.
jeez.
And I don't know if you've seen it yet, but yeah, you'll
You already
probably
know I
after
haven't.
yeah at the end of that one you'll probably be like, I have a new Dami mommy.
We shall see. For right
But
now, Glass holds
yeah,
the spot.
for right now, Glass holds a spot for you. I did appreciate like I said, character development of characters like Lark. Therese still this entire season didn't really get any character development, but Lark, Glass, um, what was homegirl's name? Maruna,
The
the one that,
fishing girl?
yeah, her,
I don't know. I forgot already.
yeah, her,
Jeez Louise.
Risha, who was like a drop in the bucket in season one, apparently. Um,
Dude, I totally forgot about her.
a
Was
thousand
she
percent, she was
wasn't she
that
at like the
forgettable
end of season one?
all the way at the end. Whenever they were
Because
doing
I
the village thing, where it's like, this is now your village now for me, you know.
yeah, I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that.
So,
That
yeah, Risha's character development I enjoyed. She's kind of like she's kind of like substitute morality for Raftalia when it comes to Alchemy. So
yeah, no, she
that was interesting to see. RP Ost, like she had some of the least character development, but some of the largest impact on the show this season, as far as like the beginning arc for this season, which for some reason didn't center around the waves at all.
well, kind of, sort of, yeah. Like
A
they
bit,
the
but the
beginning
duration
really
of it.
didn't, but they which actually I kind of enjoyed. As far as like getting into the actual story of the season, everything I was hearing online and stuff about it is everyone was saying it was slow paced and boring,
Yeah, same.
and I
I
didn't feel that way at all.
I don't know what they watched.
Be-
There's no way
and-
we watched the same anime if that's the case, because I Emily watched it as well. She finished it actually before I did, and she was like,
nice. So
she
we need
was like,
her on the podcast instead because you take
at
forever
some
to
point, yeah,
finish things.
I know. But yeah, we'll special guest
I'm
her in one of
replacing
these
you
episodes.
already.
I'll have her come sit next to me. But yeah, she was like, I don't understand, because she saw some of the reviews too online of like, it's meh, it's mid, it's trash, this, that, and the other, and it's like, where are y'all seeing that? Like, the characters developed very well. Now for me is more level headed and not fueled solely by rage, even though he's still kind of a dick. But yeah, he's a little more level headed. He's a little more. He thinks his way more proactively through situations and not as reactively. Raftalia is just stupid strong, like, but
Yeah,
also is
no.
still smart with her "I'm your sword" thing. So, and then Philo, of course, standard issue Philo. She doesn't really need character development. She's still got some of that because it's like,
Yeah, she's kind of just good the way she is, in my
yeah,
opinion. Like,
you know,
but yeah, no,
it just it boggles my mind that many people. I think it was just like I want internet points kind of thing, because it didn't make any sense to me how that many people could come to the same quote unquote consensus
yeah,
of,
because they
oh, this
did
is
like so
boring.
much stuff.
Yeah,
Like, there was a lot of characters that, like, even Risha, as unforgettable as she was in the first season, like, she was
she's a
like
key
you said,
component.
a she was a big part of
Yeah,
especially the second half. Like,
exactly.
I did like how they switched like the beginning with the spirit tortoise
Yes.
that they decided to fight, because I mean it was a nice kind of change, but then it also still tied into the waves. Like, it
Yeah.
tied into the overall story still, but then at the same time it was kind of a different fight.
It was like a side quest technically, but like
Every
a really
which
major
was
one.
yeah, which we talked about in the for the first season. This like video game kind of
Yeah.
the stats and the having to actually get money and
Yeah.
do item all that
Do all the
stuff.
merchant stuff. Like, I appreciated them showing him. That's why it needed to be 26 episodes, because it's like,
Yeah.
how did he go from literally nothing to basically top dog? You know, and it's like, okay,
But then
cool.
see, yeah, and that's why this season I think is perfect, because we've already watched the first season and we know what happens in the background now. It's not just like if he comes up with items and things, we know
We know
he
exactly.
grinded some stuff.
Yeah.
So we don't have to sit there and wonder, because we already saw it in the first season. So I don't think they needed to keep showing it. Like, they showed flashes of it, like when he was like basically a snake oil salesman over here
That
selling
shit was
the magic
sensational.
items. But like, so they flashed it a little bit, but they didn't. It wasn't. centered around the whole show like it was kind of in the first season.
Yeah.
I am gonna say the Spirit Tortoise one that I was going back to. It reminded me of Monster Hunter World where you had to fight that big ass like elder dragon in the crevice. That's what it reminded me of. That's what I was thinking of the whole time I was watching those fights. Was because like you basically the same thing where you get on the monster's back and have to jack shit up on the monster. It was they copied Monster Hunter World.
No, don't say that, bro. Yeah, I agree. The length makes sense, like you said, because of the fact that they didn't really have to recap. It's like, come on, guys, you know what he's doing in the back. You know that
Yeah.
if he's broke, he's Gucci when it comes to that. If he's low level,
Yeah.
he knows exactly how to level up. He's been there, done that. This isn't anything new. When they had to do all that shit, he's just like, nah, we're good. Like,
Yeah, no, I did enjoy the second half where we got to. I liked how we got to go see the other world. It wasn't just, oh, these guys are
yeah,
invading us
it wasn't like
and we don't
a
know where
kind of
they're from.
a spooky boogeyman off in the distance. Like we actually got to go there and
Yeah,
see, that it's just normal, like their world. There's nothing crazy. It's not full of boogeymen, and it's like these heroes that came over to invade their mail remark and all that shit. Like they don't live in some like spooky castle and all this other shit. Like it's just normal people doing normal people type shit, and then of course normal adventurers doing normal adventure type shit.
yeah. I really thought it was cool how they like because they entered a new world, kind of they like restarted on their levels.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really and it was cool because it kind of circled back to the beginning of season one
Mm-hmm.
and kind of reflashed those relationships they had in
Yeah.
season one, which was cool. It was cool to kind of see that, like, oh, I know what that's from.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I get it. Oh, a little bit of nostalgia. It really hasn't been that long, but it does
Nostalgia, but
feel
with
like it.
some new characters.
Yeah, exactly. And it was good that it wasn't a bullshit like, oh, he's the the main pro tag, so he's gonna be able to keep all his power. He's gonna have to figure out how to level up his partners, but he gets to keep all his power and all his shields. No, no. It flat out said, no, you can't use this here. No, you can't use
No,
it here. No, no. Uh,
no limit pledge.
in the words of Shax from Destiny, no, not this time. Uh, but yeah, that he's not treated like the exception to the rule. Like he still has to deal with all the bullshit of releveling, finding better armor, all that shit, while still being just a shield hero. Although we've seen what he can do with just a shield, sure, but it doesn't really work that well. You saw he got murked by a fucking level one monster, and he's like, "This shit sucks, bro. This hasn't been like this in a while.
This is bullshit.
Bullshit."
Yeah, no, that I liked that whole. I liked getting introduced to all the other like characters from the other world. Like I think they've been really creative as far as making the new characters, is because like all these vassal heroes and these other cardinal heroes that they've created, like they every single one of them's got some different weapon. So you got like the katana one, the guy with the boat. Like who the hell would have thought of a
Yeah,
boat
the
as a
boat
weapon?
vessel. I like how like diverse the vassal weapons, like the mirror vassal weapon. Hmm. Of course, there's a katana because they're in like a feudal Japan style world, so it makes sense as the katana vassal weapon. Um, the fact that blanking on her name is really pissing me off. I think it's like Mikuna or whatever. The fishing rod, the hunter, yeah,
Dude,
hunting vassal.
yeah, the hunting. Yeah, that one was like she's got a fishing rod and she's the hunter. I cannot catch her name to
Yeah,
save my
I'm
life.
blanking on her name, and it's pain. And like,
Hold on, I'm
she's
gonna.
such a cool character. I like her because she's spunky, but she's not like a pain in the ass. Like, one moment, please,
Sorry for
while
my
I
typing.
research. Oh, I can't hear it, so that's
Izuna.
perfect. So it's close. Okay, Kazuna.
Yeah, okay.
Look up the
Whoops! Look how unprofessional we look.
look up the. No, this is perfect. This shit's raw. Look up the pull that up right there on the screen, bro. The armorer from their world. Pull her up because how dare you not mention her?
Oh, fuck you. That's gonna be a harder search.
Just pull up
Uh,
characters.
I bitch. Yeah, but she's like such a side character. It's gonna be hard to.
My God, here you go.
I'm not a professional
Whine,
consumer of
look,
anime and
whining
researcher
and
like you.
bitching and whining. Get you.
You should have told me this before to look it up before we
Nah,
started.
do this shit live.
I know who you're talking about. That's okay. They need to watch the show and then they'll know
Mm-hmm.
who we're talking
And then
about
they'll
too.
understand and be like, "Yeah, damn."
She got all that done in one night.
You go working with it.
She know how to put in work.
Put in a word.
Now the total, I don't know, jackass, the main kind of bad guy throughout the show, that little nerdy wizard guy that
Kyo,
started messing
piece
with
of
the
shit.
tortoise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have mixed emotions. He was my only main, other than Risha being like annoying, crying too much. You know how I've said it every episode when there's a crying character.
I can't
I'm
handle that
not
shit.
too much of it's just it gets it really grinds my gears.
Hell yeah.
But oh shit, I lost my name. Either way, that guy was probably my only downside to the show was he was just as annoying. But kind of like some of it I could see like it helps build kind of the whole plot of him being that kind of annoying guy. But at the same time, I hated listening to it all the time.
Romina.
Oh, you see, you're just a professional researcher.
I'm that good. I am a beast. I am all.
You are
Yes.
the archivist.
Yes. Yes, I am. I
Jeez.
am the Archmage. But yeah. So character development, as you said,
You're a
phenomenal.
wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. Dead ass, bro.
Oh, jeez,
Oh
Louise.
shit. All right. Back on track, back on track. So animation, solid. Character development, solid. Um
Story, solid.
uh
Bad guy, whack.
whack. His glasses, whack. His cloak, whack. His
His
hair,
book,
whack.
whack.
His book, whack.
All
Oh
trash.
shit. Yeah, he pissed me off as far as the antagonist in this one. The antagonist in this one, so the antagonist in the previous season was a fucking like world entity of a thing. Like it's an event. Like this sucks. We have to stop this thing from killing people and things because it's just what's the source of the waves? Like that's a genuine question. This
Nah,
fucking
the main bad guy was Slut.
yeah, very true. Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Just well, sub main bad guy.
Yeah, Malty and the King, which are both useless fucking
I didn't even.
characters.
Yeah, I'm glad they're kind of. There was a nice flash of her at the beginning. That scene where he forgot to
Yeah,
call her, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, slut." But
yeah, Motoyase. There you go. Yeah,
that was a
he
nice
was supposed to
reminder at the beginning.
of like she still exists in this world. She shouldn't, but she does. It would have been great if he had them killed, but he's like, no, you'll just suffer the rest of your life, and I appreciate that in the end. But I hate her face. But I digress. Yeah, the main baddie went from being a fucking event in the sky that brings calamity and destruction and kills people to this one asshole we're gonna go with because I wanted to go off on a string of cursory words there. I don't like him. I hate him as a antagonist. I hate him as a
Human being.
yeah. Like he's a shit character all around. Not like he's poorly like thought out. It's
He's a
just
shit
like
character, isn't he? Pisses us off enough that obviously the writers did something right.
yeah, like they did that very well. Like, and so I appreciate that he didn't need character development because he was a piece of shit from the beginning, and we all noticed it, and it just kept getting worse as it progressed, as the story progressed, and you kind of felt everything that now Fumi felt. Like I want to cave his chest in. I just want to drop kick him off a cliff. Like, but that would be doing him a favor. Like catch him, bring him back, and then do it again. Like
Hang
this
him from
is
his toes.
there you go. And then boy from his toes. But yeah, he very much irritated the shit out of me. So kudos, writers, very much kudos for creating a character so painfully fucking unlikable that I know that his unlikability is so powerful that he's probably not actually gone, despite the events in the show. I don't think he's gone.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah, that's how, because he's just a sneaky little shit. And so it's one of those scenarios where like it seems like he's gone, but you in the back of your head you're like, nah, bitch, nah, fam, he's still there, dog.
I'm
You know,
thinking he did that thing he did in the beginning where the tortoise, where it was just kind of
exactly.
a mirage of him basically, and that's
Yep,
what now for me blew up.
that's exactly what I'm
'Cause,
thinking.
yeah, that's gotta. I'm thinking he'll be back.
Well, because there was too much time between when they showed him starting the calamity to them showing up, entering the facility, and him showing up. Like he never got attacked during that period in the hallway, and
Yeah,
he didn't get physically attacked uh, by Risha. She just like did the same thing of like getting up in his face with the fucking sword instead of actually cutting him or stabbing him.
speaking of Risha, like I love her character development as far as her kind of she's not like they didn't thrust her into some main storyline, but she was a more important side character that
Mm-hmm.
kind of helped Naofumi, which I appreciated. The only thing I was kind of like, wait, what happened to that was they had mentioned something about
Her key.
they had mentioned something about well, they had mentioned her key, how she could control that, whatever that the hell that is. I don't remember. But then they were saying, "Oh, well,
Dragon
she
List.
likes books and stuff, so maybe she'd be better with like magic and shit like that." But then they never brought that back up, and she just kept all of a sudden was a
Was a really
master
good
sword
swordsman,
fighter.
exactly. Like so that would probably be one of my definite head scratchers. I can't
That was
think
the
of
only
one
like dead
moment.
end in a
Yeah,
storyline. I was like, I remember them mentioning it, and then they didn't do
I
anything
think they
with
plan on
it.
making her like more of a mage type, but then they realized, well, no, we already gave her a sword. Let's have her
Yeah,
use that. Let's have her be well rounded and do both. But because she has the skill to read and shit, let's just have her be like a warrior mage, basically. Which is
yeah.
kind of cool if she ends up being like significantly more power than fucking Itsuki's bitch ass. Um, he's literally useless. All three of the other Cardinal heroes fucking trash. I hate him with a
Oh
passion.
yeah, no, they literally they were captured. They were in the show for 5 minutes and were captured the whole time.
Yeah,
And it's like, I don't even know how you bring them back into the show and anybody take them seriously
I have no idea. It's really irritating.
because they're basically useless. Like Naofumi's done everything by himself the whole damn time. There's no
Exactly.
point in having
Like,
them anymore.
say they got their asses beat by Glass. He survived an entire battle with Glass and held her off long enough for in season one twice. So,
Not just
so,
once, but two times.
but two times. So cool. And then he's like, "Hey, we need to work together," and they're like, "No, I don't want to do that because we don't like you." Even after he got his name cleared, they're still like, I'm like, that's y'all are trash. Get out of here. You're weak as
Well,
fuck
like even
too.
at the beginning of season two, when she was like, "Oh, I need you guys to help kill the spirit tour or stop the spirit tours," they're like, nah, screw
We're
that.
here about the waves, bro.
Do what I
Meanwhile, now
want,
Fumi
bro.
goes in with a fucking shield and a dream. Like, I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, when Philo and Raftalia went in there and was slicing big tortoise necks.
That shit was fucking dope.
Yeah,
Oh my
I liked the
god.
combinations and fighting they did with a lot of the team,
There was a lot of like chain attacks and combos, and I
which they
appreciate
did a lot in the first season too.
they
But
did. They got a lot more like in sync with each other towards the end of season one, but it really shows this season. Like, holy shit. And then of course they got
they've
like the
been
weapon
doing it.
upgrade. Yeah, they've been doing that shit for a hot minute, so it's like they got the weapon upgrades and shit, and so they just like fully trust each other with their moves and combos.
Oh yeah, no, it's good stuff. I liked. I thought it was interesting that they spoiler they gave Raftalia the vassal weapon from the other world.
And she's able to maintain it
Yeah,
in
how
the
she
real
got
world.
chosen, but I guess kind of like the logic they put in was you know how like Philo changed like species or whatever. I
Correct.
guess that world kind of adopts them as a local species just as if so I think that's kind of just why because I think the vassal weapons I think as far as I understand the vassal weapons go to pick people from that world. And then the cardinal
Yes.
heroes are
Are
isekai'd
brought
in.
to the, yeah, correct. So
Yeah.
Vassal weapons
Which I thought
choose.
was a cool thing too, because then you have it's not just all these modern day
Well, don't
Japanese
forget, don't
kids
forget.
in
Lark
there.
Lark did mention that the vassal weapons can be um, wielded, and or they can choose somebody that's been brought in from another world. Not specifically as a um, cardinal hero, but if they got brought in to like assist with the vassals.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. But a
So
majority of them seem to
yeah,
be like at
typically
least
it's
in
from their world.
yeah, because what Glass they said was like a spirit race or
Yeah,
whatever
she's
and
spirit race. Therese
shit
is
like
part of the
that.
jewel race, and Lark is just fucking Lark. So
Then you had what's his name, the ship vassal guy that was a bunny.
oh,
Good old Peter Cottontail.
yeah, yo, fucking one thing, N Ben Most or whatever the hell his name was. It's a weird ass name. I love that. I love that. Kizuna just named her fucking Shikigami Chris. I was like,
Oh
what kind
yeah.
of extra normal ass name for this fucking anime? Chris.
So bro.
He didn't get like a Chris Chan, nothing like Chris. Like, all right, dog, I see you.
Jeez. Yeah, no, we can't forget to talk about new characters. We can't forget Ost.
Yeah. Oh, it's, holy shit. Yeah, she. I was suspicious of her the entire show. So very again, kudos writers, because I was very suspicious of her the entire show.
Well,
Um,
I
until
kind
she
of
kind of like showed her hand a little more, and then I was
yeah.
like, okay, yeah, no, she's on the side of good. Okay, we can lower the level of caution there just a smidge.
I wasn't too worried about her. I was more of wondering how well they were gonna fit her into the story. Because I was
Yeah,
like, she seemed kind of like at first it seemed like she was kind of just a forced in character just to kind of get things going. It felt like
yeah,
because
they
she just
like
showed up out of nowhere for no
they
reason and
they like yeeted her into the storyline, and then they were like,
yeah.
hey, by the way, like we
And then
actually
she
have
was a
things
big
for
part.
her. Yeah, it's like we
Yeah.
actually have like stuff for her to do. She's not just here. It's like, oh look, pretty face. Like she's here for a reason. Ah,
Very
okay,
pretty
gotcha.
face.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, we should go on ahead and roll right into sensational segue. By the way, going and pat myself on the back. Thank you. Going ahead and roll into waifu of the week because we can actually do one this week, y'all. Let's get it going.
Waifu of the week.
All right. So, who are the options for waifu of the week?
So this week we have a very special guest. Of course, as we just mentioned, Ost.
Host.
Yes, please. We can't go waifu of the week, Rising the Shield Hero, without talking about Raftalia. That might be a
Naturally,
controversial one for.
for all the furries out there, I don't kink shame. All right, I don't kink shame. We don't do that shit here.
As a famous quote, "Kink shaming is my kink." Um, and then of course, as we mentioned way back, we have to have Glass
Naturally,
as a candidate.
indeed.
Yeah, and then Morelli, of course, Queen from season one. She's still just
That regal,
MILF,
yeah, that regal milfery.
the MILFu. I saw that on not my original. I don't even know who I saw that online somewhere.
Yeah,
Um,
I forgot about that.
yeah, no. So we're doing it a little different this time. Usually we kind of agree on one, but we decided this we are not going to agree.
That is
So what
correct.
is your waifu of the week?
Before I say my wife for the week, I would like to provide a mention. As I mentioned earlier, Romina. She is the. You decided to watch season 2 of Rising of the Shield Hero, which I would say you should probably do that. She's the like swordsmith slash blacksmith slash armorer from the other world where Kizuna and Lark and all them are from, and was not expecting that. And this shithead right here didn't tell me that she existed, and I was like, damn. So the honorable mention is Romina because she didn't make the list for the sole fact that I didn't know she existed yet. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go with Glass.
Oh,
Indeed,
now explain yourself.
I will explain myself. Glass because
Not that I'll
from
disagree with much of it,
season
but
from season 1 until now, the character development that she has had has been chef's kiss. She isn't just like murderous. I can destroy all of you with a flick of the wrist. Insanely powerful entity that's part of the story. She went from from antagonist to protagonist in a very human way. Um, of oh shit, I appreciate you helping me find someone that I've been looking for years. So it's very close to me. I apologize for the whole trying to kill you thing. Please forgive me. And then she gave like the puppy dog eyes with the pigtails, and it's like, damn it, okay, sure, why not? We'll put the whole trying to murder me and everyone in this world thing aside. That's fine. We can do that. Like, because Nami. I mean, look, just think about it. Like, she gives you that look, and you're like, sure, I'll do the dishes. I'm sorry that I caused you to even have to look at them. Why is this kitchen dirty? I apologize. Like, that's what she offers.
Now, you make very good points. It is hard to argue, but as much as I'd love to be murdered by her, I'm gonna have to go with Raftalia. Now.
Wow, that's a change.
Yes. Now, one main factor. Listen up, this is important. Loyalty. You gotta get you a woman that's as loyal as her. My boy Now For Me don't know what he has yet, and he's only gonna find out once it's gone. Cause
based off of that episode 13.
Now we are talking only adult form.
Obviously.
Yeah, yes. I don't think I need to explain that, but
because apparently it makes sense to have a disclaimer. Raftalia does have a younger form, and the reason why is because
we're talking about after she gets the vassal blade and is in that new outfit. That one, that is, and then how her confidence level that she gained in this season. That's also another reason. So loyalty. Character confidence is always attractive, and then obviously hey, she looked good. I can look past the tails and ears.
Plus, you're gonna sit there and be like, oh yeah, feather my face with that tail, girl. That's gonna be you.
Hey.
Meanwhile,
like we said, we don't kink shame here.
Yeah, Glass. Before we wrap things up here, Glass.
Now, Glass is hard, close, inches away, second, maybe millimeters away, second place.
The only thing that I disliked, but also was like, but those puppy dog eyes, was like how, she was like really boastful and like really like bitch cocky as fuck. Like, yeah, I'll fucking murder all of you. I don't give a shit. I got the
jump on me.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, damn, girl. And then now in this season, she was more like reserved and like very
timid,
super timid. Because it's like, oh shit, you met me on my turf. Oh no, like you now know that I like have knitting skills and shit. Oh fuck, like.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I was a fan of the whole like, hi, it's me. Sorry about the whole trying to kill you thing. Like when they first realized, or when Alphony first realized it was the three of them, and he's like, Glass, is that you? And she's like, hi.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. Is season 1 she's an internet warrior. Season 2 you meet her in person.
Yeah, pretty much. Like
that's the
season 1 she's all like.
If
you've ever watched the episode of SpongeBob when he's got like the muscle arms, that's it. She's SpongeBob with the muscle arms, like just yoked out of her mind, basically, like as far as like bravado and like the ego and everything. And then season 2, like it's when everybody finds out that his arms are blown up and they're just like noodle fluffy flip flops. That's kind of that, but she's still incredibly powerful. They did kind of nerf her power a little bit, especially going against like the mirror vassal and the fucking homunculus that he turned that dude into.
Yeah.
No. Like, yeah, Kyo turned that dude into. I was like, I feel like she could single-handedly destroy that dude in one attack, but okay, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, from there, let's go in and wrap things up.
Oh, yes. So, good animation, good show. Screw all you who say otherwise. I'm just kidding. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Even if it's wrong.
Yes, exactly. You may all be wrong, unless you agree with us. Then you're cool. I mean, that was a damn great show. I liked season 1 a lot, and I was even though I hadn't watched the show in a long time, I got back into it really quick. 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, damn. Okay,
I
nice.
like the shit out of it, dude. Like when I can binge watch that shit like in 2 or 3 days, that might be rookie numbers to some of you super weebs out there, but
Actually, I can crank out a fucking 12
you said
episode
you didn't
show
watch it.
in
You
10
didn't watch it
minutes.
3 times speed and take in all of the subtitles.
All of the subtitles and the nuances of the
Yeah,
expression.
yeah, no. So I mean, honestly, 9.5. I don't even remember what I rated season 1, but I really got into this. And
You gave season 1 a pretty good score too. So.
Fight me if you disagree.
Facts.
Bring your ass to the street.
Since great animation, great character development, great emotional nuance, great clashing of emotions in the right kind of way, great overcoming fears, past trauma, all that shit for a lot of these characters, and the ending was very sweet for the season. That was really nice. I almost shed a man tear because I do be crying sometimes.
Catch the lolly.
Yes. I had to pause because I was cracking up laughing. That shit was great. I was like, God damn, Keith, you ain't got to do that man like that.
They just threw that in there randomly too.
They tossed that in there. They tossed in the full conversation between Ost and fucking Raftalia and Philo, and I was just like, no, not like this. So what do you do?
My boy like that?
So then what do you do with it? What? No, what did you tell her that you didn't tell me? Yeah, that shit was great. Overall, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I as you said, I don't know what the fuck. I'm trying not to drop F-bombs, but I'm genuinely upset. I don't know what the fuck y'all watched.
Yeah, no kidding.
That the overwhelming majority of reviews out there from people in the comment section of various like anime posts saying that the season was mid, saying that the season was just trash, saying that the show was garbage now, all this other shit. Y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna profess myself to be like the end all be all reviewer of all time when it comes to anime. By no means. I don't watch enough to be at that point. However, I will say that.
Hell no, we some professionals. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm professional in the aspect of I know when I see a goddamn good anime and this is it. Shit's getting a 9.8 out of 10. God damn it.
Ooh, I didn't. I was just doing halves, but all right.
Nah, we getting all the way up there, baby. Like 9.8, and the reason why is because the small things that I can nitpick are things that would be in they're good in. Those you get to a point where your writing is good enough, where your animation's good enough, where your character development's good enough, where the nuances in the show are good enough, the power struggles in the show are good, that those small little things get overshadowed, or at least you can overlook them to an extent. You notice them, you recognize them, but it's like it's not really that bad. It's not something that took away from the experience of watching the show. That's why I can give it a 9 point.
I'm okay with that. Like, you're allowed.
I'll allow it.
We agree on everything except our waifu of the week, but that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. Because glass, bro. Come on, man. Like
I told you, it's millimeters, man. It's millimeters.
I was like, oh, for sure he's gonna pick glass or Ost. One of the two.
In the year 2022, loyalty means a little bit more.
Oh shit.
But yeah, no. We are live every Wednesday on twitch.tv/chillvanilla. It's been blinking down there. We got Twitter, we got Instagram. Let us know who your waifu of the week is if you've seen the show. You can be wrong. It's okay.
It's okay.
Like you said, it's okay to be wrong.
It's all good.
Yeah, just hit us up, message us, suggest animes. We're fine with that. Next week, we're Quintessential Quintuplets Season 1. Be ready to tune in for that. That'll be, again, live on Twitch, 7:30 Central Standard Time.
Be there. Be there.
Be there or be square.
Indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. Peace out, homies.
Yeah, like you said, find us on all the socials and shit. Other than that, We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.